It is a stunning fall from grace for the Harlem-born music mogul once synonymous with New York City hip-hop.
Just a year ago, Sean Diddy Combs was in Times Square and was handed the key to the city. Tonight, he is in a New York City jail facing a federal indictment. Court documents reveal the charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Prosecutors say he abused women for more than a decade and presided over an empire of sex crimes. Late this afternoon, he pleaded not guilty. Alice Gaynor covers courts and public safety. She was in the courtroom, and she is live tonight in Lower Manhattan with the details. Alice.
Maurice and Christine, Sean Diddy Combs himself entered that plea of not guilty. He entered the courtroom with a very serious expression. He scanned the courtroom. He had about 12 friends and family members there to support him. He was wearing a T-shirt. He was also wearing sweatpants. At times, he shook his head when his attorney was arguing on his behalf for bail. Normally, arraignments are very quick, maybe 10 minutes. This one was nearly 2 hours long, and that's because both sides were essentially litigating the case, arguing for bail or not for bail. Prosecutors calling him a serial abuser, a serial obstructor. They argued he was a flight risk and that he was a danger to the community. His attorney said he had earned trust because he flew here to New York in anticipation of being arrested and wanted to turn himself in. They also say they're in the process of selling his plane and that he turned over his passport and the passports of family members to his attorneys. But in the end, the judge ordered him held without bail. Sean Diddy Combs is accused of creating a criminal enterprise, of using employees, resources, and influence to allegedly carry out crimes, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. The previously reported March 2016 Los Angeles hotel video showing Diddy attacking singer Cassie was referenced.
A member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet.
The indictment alleges Diddy has been abusing people for decades, verbally, emotionally, physically, and sexually. He's accused of manipulating women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. These elaborate sex performances referred to as freak-offs that Combs is accused of arranging, directing, and recording. He's accused of sometimes giving people drugs like cocaine, oxycodone, and ketamine, to name a few, controlling their careers, using money, and threats. Employees like security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors allegedly helped carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and commercial sex escapades. In March 2024, during searches of his Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California residences, law enforcement seized drugs and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, guns, ammunition, and 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers on them. His attorney says the guns are not his. It's alleged that during these freak-offs and at other times, he hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims. Some injuries, they claim, took days or weeks to heal. And they say he used these recordings as collateral. It's also alleged that associates and others did not intervene. They concealed and prevented victims from leaving.
We made the points that we've been wanting to make. I think it came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent.
Combs faces a minimum of up to 15 years behind bars and up to life in prison if convicted on the 3 felony counts. Maurice, Christine.
You were in the courtroom for a good chunk of the day. You saw Sean Diddy Combs. What was his appearance, his demeanor, and all that?
You know, he stared straight forward the entire time, didn't shake his head or make any visible facial expressions. I had a view of him right from the side. He did, however, turn his head to look at his attorney when he was arguing at the podium on his behalf, trying to make that argument for no bail. I looked over at the people who were in the courtroom supporting him. One person wiped their eyes with a tissue at one point. Another person had their head down, but otherwise no visible reaction from them either.
And as you say, he is in a New York City jail tonight. You bet. All right, Alice Gaynor for us tonight. Thank you so much. And Sean Diddy Combs does have a long history here in our area. He was born in Harlem, raised in Mount Vernon. Growing up, he attended a Catholic boys' school in the Bronx. His music career started with an internship at Uptown Records. He is credited with discovering the notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Smalls. In 1992, Combs launched his own company, Bad Boy Records, which became a pioneering hip-hop label, and he also released Smalls' albums. We have much more on the charges against Sean Diddy Combs on our website, including the full indictment and details on his arrest last night at the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan. It is all there for you at CBSNewYork.com.